failure of various organs. And this is something I said before. These diseases actually kill our bodies, kill our tissues, kill our cells. And so here we have types of diabetes. We have type 1 diabetes, can develop at any time. Hold on, guys. I need to close some stuff on my screen. I'm not even seeing my screen. Sorry about this. Okay. Type 1 diabetes can develop at any age, but occurs most frequently in kids and adolescents. It's so rough to see little children having to inject themselves, go in the bathroom at lunchtime to inject themselves with insulin, man. Guys, this is so serious. When you have type 1 diabetes, your body produces very little or no insulin, which means that you need daily insulin injections to maintain blood glucose levels under control. Now, guys, this can be avoided from children having diabetes, because it all starts with us. It all starts in the way how we eat. And guess what? How it's passed on, especially our pot and what we're putting on the end of our fork. Type 2 diabetes is more common in adults and accounts for around 90% of all diabetes cases. When you have type 2 diabetes, your body does not make good use of insulin that it produces. The cornerstone of type 2 diabetes treatment is healthy lifestyle. I repeat, healthy lifestyle, including increased physical activity and healthy diet. Guys, get up. Let's get moving, man. Guess what? Corona is on its way out the door. We can go out now. We can go for walks now. Why are we still home eating? Why are we not walking around the parks? Why are we not doing this, guys? Come on, put on your mask. Get out there. However, over time, most people with type 2 diabetes will require oral drugs or insulin to keep their body glucose levels under control. I have seen patients, when they raise up their shirt sleeve or they raise up their pants legs to their thighs or their stomach, you can connect the dots, because some of them have to inject themselves up to 3 times a day. This is something that we need to change in the Western Hemisphere. This is something we need to deal with, and we need to deal with it head on, AKA sugar needs to be locked up in the Western Hemisphere. Gestational diabetes, something like what I had, it's not something, but it's what I had, is a type of diabetes that consists of sorry, I didn't have this. I'm getting carried away. I had pregnancy-induced hypertension. Gestational diabetes is a type of diabetes that consists of high blood glucose during pregnancy and is associated with complications to both mother and child. Gestational diabetes mellitus usually disappears after pregnancy, but women affected and their children are at increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes later on in life. So that means if you're pregnant and the doctor tell you, guess what, mom, you have, gestational diabetes in pregnancy, you and your unborn child can actually go back to to type 2 diabetes. They can actually have this later on in life. So this can be prevented right here. If you know any mothers who are pregnant now or who was pregnant and had gestational diabetes, they need to be here. They need to be here now to prevent them and their child from developing type 2 diabetes. So if anybody in your family, your neighbor, your friend, your co-worker, you knew that, guess what? Or you knew that when they were pregnant, they had high blood sugar, but guess what? They're doing fine now, but what statistics is saying is that later on, these people can actually have type 2 diabetes. So we need to curb that. We need to curb that now, guys. We need to curb that down. And that is what we are here at Sankey, just actually trying to get done here. Diabetes is a global epidemic. Global. That means worldwide. Diabetes is affecting an estimated 382 million people worldwide. 382 million people. I live in the Bahamas, and that's only, look here, that's us gone. That's us gone. You know, the World Health Organization projects that diabetes will be the 7th leading cause of death by 2030. That's less than 10 years. Guys, this thing is serious. An estimated 4 million people die annually every year from diabetes complications. And guess what? It's even now more, because guess what? COVID, but when it came down to COVID, persons with diabetes, they were at high risk because of diabetes. And so my thing about it is, yes, they're trying to get a hold on COVID now, but I'm just saying, we don't know what's next. And so we need to prevent this from happening from our future generations. And for those who have diabetes now, we need to get them out of that state. And this is what we're doing here at Sankey Global, guys. We need to assist them. We're not saying that we cure, but we assist in this and preventing this. Blood sugar level charts. See, a lot of us go to the doctor, and the doctor stick our finger or take our blood and say, oh, your blood works. Oh, your sugar is so-and-so, or your glucose level is so-and-so, or your LDH is so-and-so, or your protein amount is so-and-so. And none of us, even when we get these results, would go home and actually find out, okay, what does this mean? What does that mean? We need to actually know what's going on in our own bodies, guys. So I hope you take a screenshot of what I'm showing you here. When it comes down to blood sugar levels, look at what it's supposed to be. If you just got up in the morning, yeah, and guys, when you go to bed, don't get up in the middle of the night when you have to use the restroom and stop in the kitchen. Stop stopping in the kitchen. If you sometimes get dry throat at night, put a bottle of water on the side of your bed. Stop stopping in the kitchen when you get up in the middle of the night. I just mashed some corns. Okay. The normal person, who they would say, okay, this person does not have diabetes. They're fasting. When they get up in the morning, their blood sugar should be between 80 to 100 milligrams per dil. If they just ate, 170 to 200 milligrams per dil. 3 hours after eating, 120 to 140 milligrams per dil. The pre-diabetic, if you are in a little danger, guys, look here. The pre-diabetic state is 101 for fasting to 125. If you just ate, 190 to 230. 140 to 160 3 hours after eating. That means, hey, guess what? I need to start doing something now because I'm in more or less a pre-diabetic state, okay? When it comes down to the diabetic, that person, when they're fasting, their fasting blood glucose is 120 or higher. When they just ate, is 220 to 300 or higher. 3 hours after eating, 200 milligrams per dil or higher, guys. So we need to watch what we're putting at the end of our fork, not only for us, but for our unborn, for the board, for the kids, for everyone. Let's just get these people, not these people, sorry. Let's just get this, as Nurse Jennifer Charles would say, Queen Jennifer Charles, she would say, let's get these diseases out of our homes, okay? Diseases. So let me just go on to our next slide here. Signs and symptoms of hyperglycemia or elevated blood sugar: extreme tiredness, drowsiness, dry mouth, frequent urge to urinate, extreme thirst. And guess what? If these things go on untreated, and sometimes they even go on treated, and guess what still happens? Chronic complications of diabetes, and that's blindness, kidney disease, nerve damage, amputations, cardiovascular disease, stroke, heart attack, loss of circulation in arms and legs, guys. So as you see, this killer needs to get put behind bars. And that's what we're doing here at Psyche Global. I'm not going to show this video today because some persons has requested that we do the sleep presentation too at the end of this. So I cannot show this video today. I do apologize, but please come back next time so we could go into it in depth. I'm not getting this to move.
You might have to close it and click next slide, because unless you get to the, yeah.
Close it. It's not doing.
Hey, Nurse Donnalee, you might have to close it and then click the next slide, because it might just keep on trying to play it.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right. And it's still, okay, there you go. So I've talked about diabetes. So now we're going to talk about what is hypertension, guys. And this is another thing here. What is hypertension? According to the Mayo Clinic, high blood pressure is a common condition in which the long-term force of blood against your artery walls is high enough that it may eventually cause health problems such as heart disease. Blood pressure is determined both by the amount of blood your heart pumps and the amount of resistance to blood flow in your arteries. The more blood your heart pumps and the narrower your arteries are, the higher your blood pressure. You know, that's like squeezing a hose. When you take a garden hose and it's bent, and the blood and the water trying to get through the hose and trying to put pressure, and it cannot go, guys. This is some serious stuff. This is nothing to be played with. Signs and symptoms. Usually, see, what is the problem with hypertension is that it's asymptomatic. That means you have no symptoms. That is why it's called a silent killer. But patients or persons may have the following symptoms: breathlessness, headache, bleeding from the nose, fatigue, and sleepiness, tinnitus or ringing in the ears, profuse sweating, and blurred vision. But this killer right here, AKA Pressure, we call hypertension. Guys, a lot of us, I wonder how many persons on this line can raise their hand. I just want to see it. I just want to see it to say that they had their annual physical already for the year, or they had their, or they're going to have their annual physical. I just want to see the hands. Just curious. Just curious. Just curious. Raise it up if you already had your annual physical for the year. See, some of us, we play, but it is really only 2 participants raised their hands so far. Oh, wow. Complications of hypertension and stroke. Brain stroke. Reduced blood supply to the brain can lead to rapid loss of brain function or stroke. Blood vessel damage. Arterial sclerosis. Hypertension. 1 second, please. Sorry about that, guys. I had a little complication there. Sorry. Complications of hypertension, brain stroke. Reduced blood supply to the brain can lead to rapid loss of brain function or stroke. Blood vessel damage, arterial cirrhosis. Hypertension is a leading cause of arterial cirrhosis. The artery narrowing, as I talked about earlier, like if you were to bend a garden hose, process that can result in heart attack and stroke. Kidney failure. Damaged blood vessels in the kidneys cannot effectively filter your blood, resulting in dangerous accumulation of fluid and waste. Vision loss, just like, see, y'all see the comparison between hypertension and diabetes? Y'all see it? Vision loss, hypersensitive retinopathy. High blood pressure can damage blood vessels in the retina, resulting in loss of vision. Heart attack. Hypertension causes the heart to pump against high blood pressure, making it work harder than necessary. Over time, this causes the heart muscle to thicken, restricting blood flow, which can lead to heart failure. Bone loss. High blood pressure may increase the amount of calcium in your urine. That excessive elimination of calcium may lead to loss of bone density or osteoporosis. Y'all ain't getting this. This is some serious stuff. And Dr. Rusan, you can see how much persons raised their hands so far who said that they had their annual physical for the year.
0. 0.
Oh,
0. Oh, sorry. 1. Recount 1.
Oh my Lord.
Recount 1. 1 out of 51 people on the line. 52 people.
2?
1. Oh, sorry, now 2. 2 people.
2 people
2.
had their annual physical for the year. Only 2. And we're already in the middle of the month, guys. The middle of the month. I mean, sorry, the middle of the year.
I did my physical. I'm sorry, I didn't answer.
My throat went dry on that, man.
Hey, Rosemary threw it. Rosemary threw in there. Say she too. So that's 3. 3.
That's 3. Only 3 persons, and there are 53 and counting persons on this call already. And only 3 persons had their annual physical for the year. Guys, we need to do better than this. In the Western Hemisphere, we need to do better than this. All right? Now, Dr. Rusan, I hope you had yours. Blood.
I'm going to roll my chair to the back of the room where nobody can see me, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Blood pressure stages. All right? Now, now, guys, guess what? I'm a nurse. All right? I'm also a health evangelist. Okay? Now, There's no thing called normal on earth. So if you think you're normal, a newsflash, you're not. There's no one who is normal, okay? So, but in the medicine world, they have categories, or they have certain stages, whereas they say something, hey, there's a yellow flag, there's a red flag, or there's a green flag. Now, when you see a red, yellow, or orange flag, you're in problem, okay? So you would say you're in the normal range with your blood, when your blood pressure is 120 over 80, 120 being the top number, 80 being the low number, because some of us don't know what systolic and diastolic is. Systolic is the first reading that they would give you, the first number that is on top, and diastolic is the last number at the bottom, and that is when the pressure through your arteries are actually lowered, and that is at rest during taking your blood pressure, okay? So the systolic is when that blood first starts flowing when taking your blood pressure, okay? So now it'll be around 120, 180, not exactly, no, not everyone will have 120 over 80, okay? Not everyone. And some of us believe, oh, if you don't have 120 over 80, you're dead. No, because see, some people may have a blood pressure that's 111 over 45, and that may be the norm for them, okay? So elevated. Right now, the American Association is saying that your blood pressure is elevated when you're having a systolic at around 129, okay? So that isn't anything to get alarmed about, but watch it, because when it goes into this light orange phase, you in hypertension stage 1. If it continues, now some people may have this type of pressure if they're in pain or they're angry or upset about something. That's why you have to be careful to actually be able to control your emotions, guys. Because if you're a person who angers easily all the time or get frustrated all the time, guess what? You could get yourself into stage 1 hypertension, then stage 1 go to stage 2, then stage 2 go to 3. But guess what? We have the remedy for all of that, even to put you to sleep when you think you're mad, and to mellow you right out right here in Psyche Global. So high blood pressure, stage 1, 130 to 139 over 80 to
Nurse Donnalee, I muted you by mistake. I'm so sorry. That was an error. I was trying to admit somebody. I apologize.
Okay. High blood pressure, 140 or higher.
We can't see your beautiful face, by the way, just letting you know. We don't see you,
Oh,
you beautiful
right.
lady, you.
You can see me now? Let me fix my glasses on my nose.
Yes, we can. Yes, darling. Yes,
okay.
yes, we
Thank
can.
You so much. All right. Thank you, darling. So high blood pressure, 140 or higher, or 90 or higher. Now, when you see this is serious. This should be taken serious, okay? And this should be monitored. And if this doesn't start to lower, that's when your physician, he will bring you back and bring it back. And if, guess what, guys? If your physician tell you, I need you to come back because your blood pressure is elevated, go back, please. We don't need nobody dropping down with no stroke around here. In the Western Hemisphere, we some horrible patients. We go back to the doctor when we have to end up in the emergency room. Why? Why? Because only 3 people on this call had their annual physical for the year, and we're now in the middle of the year. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Guys, get your annual physical. Please get it. Hypertension crisis. Seek emergency care immediately. Higher than 180 and or higher than 120. Now, I have some people because
Nurse Donnalee, you know, I have to interrupt you. I'm an interrupter. I'm a disruptor.
mhm.
So in that case, in the Bahamas, technically we have a pandemic on hypertensive crisis then, because I know plenty of people walking around with these numbers and they
Yep.
think it's normal. Some of them
And guess
don't
what? They
suffer
put it
even
up,
with headaches anymore
and guess
because
what?
it's become normal to them. And some of them going over 200 and 300.
Look here. Last year I had a gentleman come into the clinic. He come in there holding his chest, right? And he knows he's a hypertensive patient, not on meds. He said, man, I feel good, nurse. Come take my pressure. When I took his pressure was 190 over 104. And guess what he had in his hand? A Kentucky cup. I said, what you had for lunch? Oh boy, look at some Kentucky. You all stop playing, man.
Donnalee, I had a lady the other
Don't
day
stop
tell me,
playing,
say
man.
her pressure was high. So I asked her what she is seasoning her food with. She told me complete seasoning, lemon pepper, and seasoning salt, and and a dash of salt. I say, what? Salt, 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 and salt? Whoa. Okay.
Guys, this is not a joke. Because see, when these things in your body start to deteriorate, God only give you one body. He only give you one body. But guess what? We are here to help today to reverse, recover, and restore your health here at Sankey Global, guys. It's not over. There is still some light at the end of the tunnel. So before I show you this, I want to actually show you guys something here, what we have at Sankey Global. Because see, I tell you, I'll bring people on the score. This score should have had more than 55 people on it by now. I'm going to show you all some secrets. Sorry. Look here. This is a research manual, one of many here that we have here at Sankey Global. Can you see it, Dr. Ruthan?
No, we see the benefits.
Okay, sorry. Let me see if I can get that.
Can see it now.
You can see it now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, look here. We don't play here at Sankey Global. We don't have time to play. Okay? Because some of y'all be like, nurse, I know you're saying this, but this company does this, or when I go to the health store, they have this supplement and they have that supplement that y'all, that would contain these things that y'all say your products have. Guys, let me just give y'all a little closer look at what we're doing here at Sankey. Now, this is the ONR research manual, right? Auxiliary night reset, okay? In our ONR, right? Here is our page, which actually has some of the stuff, our content page, and we talk about the bioactive compounds. We talk about the mechanism action. We talk about the advanced delivery system. We talk about our clinical trials and we talk about blood sugar and cholesterol. And look here, let me go back up here, little ways up here for y'all. Lowering blood pressure. We did clinical trial on that. Let me go down to page 14 for y'all. See, because we ain't playing. We ain't playing. We don't have time to play here at Sankey Global. And when other companies come to you all talking this, let me know. Because we have nothing to hide. We have our white papers. We did, and we didn't do this on animal rat or anything like that. We did these on humans. Our clinical trials were done on humans. To see our body makeup isn't a body makeup of a cow. It's of a human. And microbiome Okay? So here, lowering blood pressure, 3.2. In an example of olive extract, anti-hypertensive properties, it was shown in our clinical trial, in psyche clinical trial, to be similarly effective in lowering systolic and diastolic blood pressures in subjects with stage 1 hypertension as Caterpillar, a conventional hypertension treatment. Caterpillar is a treatment that hypertensive patients are put on. Further to this, in a study of 40 borderline hypertensive 40 FO, 40 persons, not cows, not rats, not mules, not frogs. Borderline hypertensive monozygote twins. The twin receiving higher dose, and see, that's what they did. They got twins, and they got 20 pairs, okay? So that equals to 40%, okay? So they take each twin, put one on side A and one on side B, okay? The twin receiving the higher dose of oleic extract from Sankey Global, all right? 100 milligrams versus 500 milligrams showed a significant decrease in mean blood pressure, which is average blood pressure, and cholesterol after 8 weeks being on the products, guys. Lastly, an earlier study in France, we up in France, y'all hear me? France found that administration of olive extract to 30 patients, 30 of Dr. Adias, the scientist behind all of this, patients with essential hypertension for 3 months resulted in significant drop in pressure. Guys, see, we ain't got time to play here at Psyche Global. We don't have time to play. We come to lock up pressure and to lock up sugar, AKA diabetes. That's what we're doing here today. We're locking it up. And I am going to bring another presentation on quickly for y'all because people have been asking about that. They say, nurse, we got what you're saying about blood pressure. We got what you're saying about diabetes. And in a little while, we're going to tell you what we have here at Sankey Global to put these things to sleep. Behind bars. But we also need to put you to sleep. You understand? We need to put you to sleep. So guess what? We're going to pull up to the curb and we're going to bring on another presentation for you guys. Yeah. Okay. Ruthann, let me know when you can see it on the screen.
Okay, no problem. Will do.
Can you see it yet?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, good. All right. See, so as I said, I'm also a health evangelist, so I gotta, go to the word. And the Bible also speaks about sleep. And Psalms 4:7-8. But you have made me happier than we will ever be with all their wine and grain. When I go to bed, ooh, I sleep in peace because Lord, you keep me safe. And Sankey, God has given Sankey Global a reason for you to be able to print out the scripture and put it over your bed, put it on your mirror. I'm about to start here. Sleep, a condition of body and mind that typically recurs for several hours every night, in which the nervous system is relatively inactive. The eyes close and postural muscles relax, and consciousness practically suspended. You ain't know what's going on around you. You understand? But guess what? Some of y'all to say, well, I was sleeping. I know what's going on, and I don't know what's going on around me, but some of y'all still didn't sleep. I'm going to teach you all that right now. Some of y'all think y'all sleeping, but y'all ain't sleeping. All right. Y'all see this big circle? Y'all see this woman in the middle of the circle? These are some scientists say 4, but I call it the 5 stages of sleep. Okay? You have in stage 1, falling asleep. That's in your light sleep when you still know what's going on around you. And some of y'all just know what's going on around y'all all night. So y'all even ain't reached REM yet. Y'all ain't reached stage 2. Y'all ain't gone through stage 3. Y'all ain't gone through stage 4. Y'all ain't gone through REM sleep. Y'all still at stage 1. All night at stage 1. All night y'all be rocking stage 1. And the thing about it is, once you stay at stage 1, you can't even cycle, because guess what? You're supposed to make this complete cycle at least 4 to 6 times during the night. I just met some people calling just now. Stage 2, heart rate slows down and the body temperature drops. Okay? Stage 3, some of y'all body temperature all hot all night, because guess what? Y'all never reach the stage 2. Y'all still in stage 1. Stage 3 and 4. This is the deep sleep, right? You go into deep sleep in stage 3, and in stage 4, you know what happens after you go into deep sleep? The muscles and the tissues start to repair itself. And for kids, this is also the time that they grow. This is when growth happens in stage 4. So then when we reach the stage 5, which is REM, this is when the body is paralyzed and dreams begin. So then this is the transition back into stage 1. And some of y'all, I know y'all, some of y'all ain't dreaming, yes. Oh Lord. And yes, check your sleep pattern, please. Okay? We have a lot to cover, so I can't stick on one slide tonight. But when you look here, you see the CSN, that is our sleep clock. You see this thing which says PNG, that's the pineal gland. So we coming back to that. Remember that, the pineal gland, which is right behind the clock, and right in the front of the clock is our eyes. Remember this slide, because I have to talk to y'all about this slide. This is very important. Your eyes, the clock, the pineal gland, okay? Sleep requirements for 24 hours for all ages of life. Screenshot this. Send this viral. That's what the bosses say, send this viral. 0 to 2 months. That infant is supposed to be sleeping from 12 to 18 hours. The infant, still infant, 3 to 11, 14 to 15 hours. The toddler, 1 to 3 years, 12 to 4 hours. The preschool child, 3 to 5 years, 11 to 13 hours. The child, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 11 hours. Oh Lord, I don't know how much children 5 to 10 years getting that amount of sleep. Children 10 to 17, 8.5 to 9.25 hours. Oh God, all us in jail for these children. Adults, 7 to 9 hours. All the adults on this line going to jail. The adults on this line right now who getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, please raise your hand. Dr. Ruth, hand check them out for me, please. 7 to be truthful. 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Now, the importance of sleep, okay? Why is sleep important? Sleep helps to repair your body, improve learning and memory, lower stress levels, improve creativity, support growth and development, maintain your immune system. How can I sleep better? To get a better sleep, night sleep. Go to bed and wake up the same time each day. We use our cell phone for so many other things. Why don't we use our cell phones to teach us how to sleep? Set the alarm, wake up alarm, an alarm to say, guess what? Shut down everything, time to go to bed. Avoid big meals right before bed. Lord have mercy. So let me tell you all a story, guys. I live in Nassau, Bahamas. Sometimes when I'm coming home late, we have our curfew starts at 10 o'clock here. We still have curfew at 10. And 9 o'clock, Kentucky line, you can't even, look here, out in the road. Bamboo Shack line, out in the road. Burger King line, out in the road. Wow. And this right before bedtime. And you wonder why diabetes, hypertension, and insomnia is running the Western world. You know, for y'all who in the US, Denny's, IHOP, 24 hours. Let's go, let's do this. When you're supposed to be sleeping, you're eating. As I said before, when you get up to use the restroom in the middle of the night, please do not make the kitchen a pit stop. Y'all, please stop making the kitchen a pit stop. You should have a bowl of water, and only a bowl of water, not snacks, not cookies, not chips, not chocolates, not candies in your room. Just a little bowl of water. After you finish using the restroom, you take a sip of water. For some of us have dry throat when we get up in the middle of the night. Just, drink your little bit of water and you go back to sleep. Stop making pit stops in the kitchen, okay? All right, exercise regularly. Turn off the computer, phone, and television. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and dark at sleep time. Sleep deprivation. What if I do not get enough sleep? Sleep deprivation can increase anxiety, depression, or other mental health problems, lead to risky or impulsive decisions, cause irritability or mood swings, cause headaches, weight gain, and poor vision. Guys, some of us who are co-workers or family or friends, look here, we need to have them on this call. But guess what? During this call, we're gonna give you something. I'll tell you to get something. When you see them acting in that bad, sour mood, you just give them a stick or something, and we're gonna show you what that stick look like in a little bit. Impaired sleep deprivation. This is the deep part of it, okay? Impaired cognition. Lack of sleep impairs memory and ability to process information. Sometimes you say, man, I can't think. How did you sleep the night before? Figure that one out. Go back to that. Higher levels of anxiety. Lack of sleep raises the brain's anticipatory reactions, increase overall anxiety levels. That's y'all. People who always believe somebody talking with y'all, because y'all ain't gonna sleep. Anyway, stroke risk. When you sleep 6 hours or less a night, your chance of a stroke increases 4 times. Mm, Dr. Rulan, are you there?
Yes,
Doc.
ma'am, I'm right here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many people raised their hands to say that they slept 7 to 9 hours so far?
Okay, hold on. See, Marva just raised her hand because I think she realized you might be talking to her. So 3 people. I will raise my hand as well because I am
60
going to
people
sleep
on this
on time
line.
now because I have there's 60 people and four people, so me including 5. Okay, hold on. 6. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. There's 6 of us so far. So there's 10%. No, sorry, 7. Look at y'all running
Uh-huh.
running
Now
out.
y'all don't
7 of
lie.
us.
Now y'all don't lie because the nurse on the line now.
7 of us thus far.
7 so far?
So
Wow,
7.
wow. At least we have 10%, huh? Just over 10% of
Yep.
persons sleeping 7 to 9 hours. When we first had this call, we had no one. So guess what? There's improvement. Thank you. Increased risk for diabetes. Lack of sleep increases cortisol and norepinephrine, both, and are associated with insulin resistance. Some of y'all didn't know that, eh? Lack of sleep can cause you to have diabetes. That's some serious stuff, eh? Because these enzymes are created when you sleep. These hormones, I should say, are produced when you are asleep. And then some of y'all wonder how you get diabetes. Yeah, but that wasn't in my family. I know. Check your sleep pattern. Increases symptoms of depression. A lack of sleep disturbs neurotransmitters to the brain, which regulate mood. Some of y'all, oh Lord. Some people, you can't. Let me just, when I sleep, don't, in the morning, don't bother with me. Because I am moody. You have to pull me out the bed. And boy, look here. That's why I start sleeping. Because if I don't sleep, I'm too much of a company. Okay? So sleep is very important for mood. Increased risk of breast cancer. That's why, look here. And not only women get breast cancer. So I hope some males on this line. Not only males get breast cancer, men get breast cancer too. I have treated men who had breast cancer. Okay? Men who had to go on chemo and radiation for breast cancer. All right? Increase the risk of breast cancer. Melatonin decreases when you are exposed to light at night. Now remember that picture that I showed you guys with the CSN clock and the pineal gland and the eye. What happens is the light from your phones, from your iPads, from your laptops, the light in the room, from the television, all of that goes to the eye. And when that goes to the eye clock, when it goes to the clock, it goes to the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is saying, guess what? There's still light in here. So is no reason for me to produce melatonin.
Hey,
And so that
Nurse Donnalee, we have persons on here that are messaging me, right side messaging me saying, man, you talking some deep stuff, but what we have to help them though? What because I know you getting there, but they saying, oh man, y'all talking about sleep, y'all talking about pressure, y'all talking about diabetes, but
okay,
how y'all can help me? Tell me how you can help me.
Let me speed this up so we can get to the gift, so we can get to the prize. All right. But see, some people wanted to be educated. Some people don't, they just wanted to be educated because some people wonder, okay, stroke, diabetes, cancer, hypertension, that don't run in my family. So how I get here? How I get here? Sleep is one of the reasons why you're there. Sleep is a part of healthy lifestyle. Y'all didn't know that, eh? Got the ruler and help me. Okay, so Increased risk for heart disease, blood pressure decreases when you sleep. Your blood pressure levels off when you sleep, guys. Go to sleep. Weight gain. Sleep helps balance
So basically
hormones.
you tying in everything right now. Hey, Nurse Donnalee, you tying in everything because you started with, we got to lock up the pressure and the diabetes. Now you showing us that if we don't sleep, we can cause the pressure and the diabetes. Also, it's going to only intensify it. So if we already are suffering with this or been clinically diagnosed with, and we're not sleeping, we just adding to the whole fire. We actually putting some more coal on that to just keep it flaming.
Man, look at bring the gasoline one time. Woof.
Wow. 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 Wow.
This is some serious stuff. You know, weight gain. Sleep helps balance hormones that make you feel hungry and full. So if you don't sleep and you're always hungry and you're never full, so how are you gonna lose weight? Oh my God, I just marched on all the people calling in the front row. Y'all go to the back so I don't march y'all for any further. Now I could go through this. 50 to 70 million US adults have sleep apnea. Sorry, and 4.8% report snoring. Look here. How many people on this call snores? No, I want to embarrass you. How many people on this call know for sure that they don't snore? Raise your hand. 37.9 reported. I had a little personal laugh there. Unintentionally falling asleep during the day at least once in preceding month. 4.7 reported nodding off or falling asleep while driving at least once in the preceding month. You can imagine falling asleep behind the wheel. That happened here in Nassau several occasions where people kill themselves or kill others, man. Drowsy driving is responsible for 1,550 fatalities and 40,000 non-fatal injuries annually in the United States. Insomnia is the most common specific sleep disorder, which with short-term issues reported by about 30% of adults and chronic insomnia by 10%. 25 million US adults have obstructive sleep apnea. 9 to 21% of women have obstructive sleep apnea. I mean, you could die in your sleep. Y'all better. This thing's serious here. Sleep apnea is a common sleep disorder in which an individual's breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. Symptoms include daytime sleepiness, loud snoring, and restless sleep. Obstructive sleep apnea, medical condition. Obstructive sleep apnea is the most common sleep-related breathing disorder and is characterized by recurrent episodes of complete or partial obstruction of the upper airway leading to reduced or absent breathing during sleep. These episodes are termed apneas, which complete or near complete cessation of breathing or hyponias, when the reduction in breathing is partial. In either case, a fall in blood oxygen saturation, a distribution in sleep, or both may result. A high frequency of apneas or hypoapneas during sleep may interfere with restorative sleep. That means that you don't go through the cycle, which in combination with disturbances of blood oxygenation, is thought to contribute to negative consequences to health and quality of life. The terms obstructive sleep apnea syndrome or obstructive sleep apnea hyponia syndrome may be used to refer to OSA when it is associated with symptoms during the day. I work with people, even nurses who don't take care of themselves. And when they sit down behind the desk off the floor, they wide awake and snoring. Y'all ever heard anybody wide? Y'all have, raise your hand if you've seen persons in your family, friends, relatives, co-workers who are wide awake and snoring when they breathe. Raise your hand, raise your hand. It happens. So right here, this bad boy right here, this a baby, this a sweetie. Let's fall asleep with this tonight. Let's fall asleep with Canoe Fire. Let's make this a part of our nightly routine. Just a cup, a hot cup, 8 ounces of water of that of Canoe Fire can help you to gain back restorative sleep. And see, these are some of the things that are in the Canoe Fire. Green tea. Why does green tea make me sleepy? The L-theanine in green tea increases GABA, a relaxant and mood enhancer in the body. Those who are extra sensitive to it can start to feel sleepy immediately. Rosemary. Rosemary herbal tea is a highly effective sedative and is especially beneficial for sleep when consumed before going to bed. Clinical research indicates that rosemary also reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression. We keep on talking about that, and improves sleep, as well as memory. We talked about memory in younger people. Man, these young people, they can't remember nothing. Rosemary is an evergreen shrub and a member of the mint family. It has been used for thousands of years as a medicinal herb. Melatonin, we talk about melatonin. Black beans and breast cancer, we talk about melatonin. See, right here at Sangi, in that Canoe Fire, we get melatonin. And melatonin is a hormone primarily released by the pineal gland. Remember I showed you all the pineal gland that's right behind the SCN. I told you all to remember that, to take a picture view of that. So the melatonin is a hormone primarily released by the pineal gland at night and has long been associated with the control of the sleep-wake cycle. As a dietary supplement, it is often used for the short-term treatment of insomnia, such as from jet lag or shift work, and is typically taken by the mouth. So, guys, we have spoken about all these things, and Dr. Roseanne, I don't know, the ONR. I showed y'all the ONR. I showed y'all our research paper on the ONR. And the ONR is auxiliary night reset. It contains black beans, olive oil, and rosemary extract, and it also contains the olive leaf that help reduce the absorption of carbohydrates and sugars in foods you eat.
So hold on now. So hold on. So now, are you telling me this same Canoe Fire is not only good for me to go to sleep, but it's also going to help reduce the carbs and sugars that I eat during the day?
And you know what you know what that means for people who want to lose weight, and for persons.
Hold on, and it could burn fat around the midsection. Whoa, okay.
And the diabetics. You know what I mean?
Wow. In the words of Queen Beverly Wholeness out of Kingston, Jamaica. Wow. Because wow, what? Listen, yep. Amazing, simply amazing.
I don't know if you want to bring up the picture for us, please, with the products. Dr. Hold
on 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I got on my glasses today, y'all. I look like a nurse today. Hey, my jacket and everything. Yeah. That's my profession. When I play, when I jump in this role, I don't have time to play, because we are here. Nurses are not here to treat. Nurses are here to restore your health. Nurses help to educate you to prevent diseases. We are very serious about that. I don't know if Queen Jennifer is on the line. I don't know if Queen Jennifer is there. Dr. Roseanne, do you see her?
Let me look right now. Hold on.
I know she said she was coming on. She was trying to, some other persons was calling her who really needed the products urgently. And so they had her tied right up. She texted me that she told me
She's
that
on
she was gonna
now.
come on.
She's on
She's
now.
on now.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Could you open the mic, please?
Okay, Nurse Charles,
Go
you're
ahead.
allowed to unmute. So if you're near your phone still,
Unmute your
can
mic.
you
Yeah,
unmute
unmute your
your
mic for me,
phone,
Queen.
please? Queen Jennifer.
Something maybe 10% or 5% of my.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, Queen. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Good evening, everyone.
This is the nurse who I kept on saying, and she spoke about diseases. Jennifer.
Yes.
I was talking about the main purpose of a nurse. That's why we're here this afternoon, right?
Yes.
Tell them what is the main purpose of a nurse and why we're pushing these products this afternoon. And then we're going to go into the product line. You were saying nurse, I'm sorry, I call her nurse, Dr. Ruth Ann, do apologize. And Dr. Ruth Ann, I hope Queen, Dr. Denise is on. So Jennifer, give the main purpose why we're here this evening talking about these products and what it means to nurses.
The main purpose of a nurse is to heal and to do everything at all costs not to hurt. We sit and we observe year after year our clients come back in sicker and sicker each time they come in. That is disheartening to any nurse, because if your mission is to heal and to help, it is very hard to see that it seems like everything that you are doing as a clinical nurse is failing. So I am 100% on board with doing anything I can to get this message out to people. It doesn't need for us to get sick and end up in a hospital bed to understand the value and of this product to a person's body. Someone might say, well, why do we have to pay X amount for this? Well, you know what? What is the value of it to you to get sick and lose, your home and every penny in your bank trying to get better? Isn't it more wisdom to just stay healthy? Do everything you can to stay healthy, balance in your life. And health is more than just a physical. It's a spiritual. It's psychological. You see, so there must be a balance in your life, and whatever it takes to bring that message home, this is where sign me up, and I'm on board for it 100%. Thank you, Queen Donnalee. Back to you.
Thank you, Queen Jennifer. And right before Dr. Ruth Ann starts, there's this person, I met her back in 2020, and she's on the line. Miss Point here, she's on the line, and Dr. Ruth Ann, I don't know if you can unmute her. This lady, when I met this lady, she was seeking hope. She was seeking hope. And she just wanted to take just a few seconds, because she said she's a little shy, to let y'all know what Sankey did for her. Can you open her mic for me, Dr. Ruth Ann, please?
Okay, Ms. Portier, you should be able to
unmute your mic.
Go ahead.
Good night. My name is Patrice, and I've been on Sankey for a year. And I'm taking the products. I'm taking all of the products, and it's helped me tremendously with my sugar levels, especially the Cronut. And I just say, thank you, Sankey family. Thank you, Sankey Global.
Guys, this lady, she came for hope, and she found it here at Sankey Global, suffering from diabetes. And guess what? She's on the whole product line, And it has helped her to control her sugar levels. Y'all don't know how much that means, to a diabetic, to be able to control their blood sugar levels. And there's someone in the line, and they don't want to, I don't know when they're going to give their testimony, but they want, they said that, nurse, you're free to give it. There is another client of mine. This person had pericarditis, and I can't break it down for y'all right now. Y'all have to look at it because we're going to go faster because we don't want these calls to be too long anymore. But this person had pericarditis, hypertension, high cholesterol. Y'all ain't hearing me. And did not sleep. Did not sleep. This person, the most they would sleep is 2 hours. This person is now sleeping 5.5+ hours. And this happened in 8 months. This person blood pressure went from being 190, y'all ain't hearing me, 190 over 104 or 94, and it's down now to 112 before, guys. My God, I should get some fives in the chat. This person, listen to me, cholesterol levels actually normal. This person, physician, wants to know what in the world they doing because they've never seen it in all their life of practice. You only hear me. This person, physician, has now cut their medication in half. How many persons on this line would even wish for their medications to be at least cut in half, or like me, off hypertension meds? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Or you would like your family to be off medications, or at least those medications to be decreased? Because guess what? We take medication for one thing, but how many side effects are there? How many of y'all tired of opening up and going, oh, everywhere you go, you got to carry your medicine bag? Come on now. Come on now. So we here at Psyche Global have a lineup for you. And I'm going to turn this call over to our Bahamian leader and the platinum leader in this community. This person has helped. Sorry, and you're going to hear her testimony, a short testimony, right before she breaks down these products for you. Dr. Ruth Ann, take it away.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Like she said, my name is Dr. Ruth Ann. I'm out of Freeport, Bahamas. And my personal testimony, I do not have hypertension. I do not have diabetes. I mean, I've had, what do you call it? What is it called, Donnalee, when you have it sometimes? Diabetes? What is that? Gestational? Like sometimes? Gestational?
Yeah,
I've had it gestationally.
pregnancy?
Well, no, I just had it sometimes when they used to put me on my steroids, because when you go on prednisone for too long.
Secondary to treatment, yeah.
Okay, so sometimes they would actually, once they'd sometimes put me on the steroids, the prednisone for too long, then of course they'd start, monitoring your blood sugar, and then they'd start giving me, I'll never forget when I was in the States, and they'd given me high dose steroids for about a week. And then they were testing me every day, my sugar levels, and giving me insulin. And I was like, hold on now. I am not diabetic. Don't do it. But, that because I was in a hospital setting, they had to do what they needed to do. But, for a short testimony of what's going on in my life, I was diagnosed with, or I should say I was clinically diagnosed with lupus SLE, systemic lupus, as well as TM, which is transverse myelitis, as well as NMO, which is neuromyelitis optica, or Davick's disease. That's the older name of it. And basically, all of those ailments or clinical diagnosis are, debilitating to the point where I don't even read up on them anymore, because literally what they say is, if you relapse more than once or twice or 3 times, guess what? You're dead. So I'm not dying anytime soon, okay? So I've been taking these products, but what I have found in the short term that I've been taking them, which is now a year, is that they help build my strength. They build my core strength. And that was my problem before. I've been not able to walk since 2015, but every time I was in the gym, every time I was in physical therapy, my strength would not maintain. So I'd be taking, my medicine that the doctors gave me, and they had me, like I said, on steroids, which when I started to read up on it, it said it weakened muscle mass. And so I was like, hold on now, I'm trying to work in the gym, work at physical therapy to build muscle mass, and I'm on a product that is weakening myself. I said, oh, no. I'm going to wean myself off of prednisone, which I did. Now, guys, for persons that are on this line that know anybody that has multiple sclerosis, that has lupus, you know that your steroids are like your God. That's what keeps the pain away. Guys, I came off of nearly, I think up to 40 some milligrams of prednisone that they had me on per day. So, I look like a puffer fish. Okay. I came off of that and refused to go back on it. And I didn't care how much pain I went in. I wasn't going back on it. Also, I was on 300 milligrams of tramadol. Tramadol, guys, 300, not 50, like some people is telling me, oh, it's only on 50. No, 300 milligrams per day of tramadol. I was able to come off of it because of the Sankey formulas within less than 2 weeks. I've been able to cut my gabapentin, Neurontin. I was on 3,600 milligrams per day. Anyone on here that has any type of nerve disorder and you're on your Neurontin, you know that 3,600 milligrams of Neurontin is the max that you can take per day. I was on it so high to the point where, guys, I was getting the jitter. The jitter from the drug. You heard Nurse Donnalee talk about how these drugs cause you to have something else going on. Guys, I was getting literally a nervous twitch from the drug. When I was able to wean off of that because of these formulas, I haven't had the twitch since. My core has become stronger. My right arm that had gone completely numb is now coming back to life. It's driving me insane whilst it's doing that, but it is coming back to life. My left eye that was completely closed down is now wide open. So when we speak about these formulas, be serious, man. They will change your life if you allow them. If you allow them. So what is it that we have here? We have the Hasaki that nourishes the microbiota with over 596 metabolites. It improves protein absorption by 20%. It increases the oxidation of fat, and it provides energy to trillions of the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the energy of your cells, guys. Also, this bad mama jamma right here will turn the flora up in your gut as well as turn it down if needed. And guess what? It also will assist with the testosterone and the estrogen in your body. This is an amazing formula that you can use for persons that are having anything that's going on in the colon and intestinal region. However, it's also good for that individual that needs that extra energy during the day, who wants to also lose weight. You can use it as a meal replacement. But for that person that says, oh, guess what? I'm too skinny, but I need to add something on. Well, guess what? You can use it as a meal enhancer. You can add it to your meal. Okay. Belage, Belle Age, Beautiful Age. Guys, this right here is one of the morning showers that you need. It reactivates our body's antioxidants. It increases energy production naturally, and it improves blood circulation, improves blood circulation. So one of the things that we will say on this call is the first product, if you don't want to do nothing else, start with Belage. Because the Belage is going to start balancing everything out where it needs to be. Start balancing out because it's looking to bring everything to homeostasis. That's what Belage does. Looking to bring your body to homeostasis so that it can do what God created it to do, which is heal itself. Okay. And so for those persons that are suffering with high blood pressure and diabetes, yeah, we're going to tell you to use the Cronwy Fire, like she said. But also we need you to use that Belage because we want it to clear the pathways, all the veins, all the arteries. We want that blood flowing the way it needs to. Some of those side effects of all that medication, especially in the Bahamas. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but in the Bahamas, our men do not like to take their hypertension medication. And if any men are on this line, you know exactly why you don't like to
Neither the diabetic, neither the diabetic medication. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Nurse Adley, why don't they like to take it? May I ask, please?
ED, erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
And they don't want it to mess with that because they're saying that if it water with that, you know, what'll happen with their home, with their wife stay, and you know, that's an ego, you know, that men have. If they don't
Yep.
have that, they think they have nothing.
Yep.
So guys, you can stay on this med. I mean, you can stay on your meds and take these products and have a solution to erectile dysfunction.
Exactly.
Okay, we got it here at Psyche Global.
And so this Filage right here is going to assist with that because it also increases hydration at the cellular level. So if your persons are suffering with anxiety, depression, dementia, or Alzheimer's, this product is the product that you're going to use in order to assist with that, okay? Then we have our Inner 7 that comes from over 320 meters down in the deep ocean of Japan. And you're dealing, guys, with it. It improves natural defense mechanisms. It balances your pH. It stimulates relaxation and revitalization. And it improves digestion. It recovers your body's essential minerals. This product right here is something that we would tell you to put in about 1 to 2 liters of water, and or, you know, aromathified water, something that you want to add to it. I normally put it in my Filage, and you would drink this down. This also assists in cleansing the colon and the bowels. This little packet right here, okay? And yes, like I said, it is from the ocean, so it is purified salt water. The 2 main ingredients out of it is magnesium and potassium, but on top of that, there's about 60 essential minerals that are needed in the body. This is one of the products that we do not recommend that a person with hypertension immediately starts. However, like she was just telling you about a gentleman or a patient or a client that has pericarditis or had pericarditis, and now, would you believe that good number that she gave you of 112 over, I couldn't hear the last number, this individual is now taking Inner 7? Hello. Listen, that is simply amazing, okay? And then we have our Quanry Fire. Our Quanry Fire, guys, of course, it reduces the absorption of calories, of the sugars and carbs. So if you're like me, and don't be like me, if you're that person that absolutely loves to have that slice of guava duff every now and again, and you just gotta have it. Listen, guys, when I want that guava duff, I drink a cup of Quanry before I eat my guava duff and enjoy it, and then I get a cup of Quanry after because I know it's going to pull away the sugars and the carbs, the flour and that sugar that I've just eaten. It's going to make sure that that's all gone and make sure that what's happening in my body, that it's flushed and balanced out, because you don't need all that sugar at one point at any given time. Okay, and then it deals with the gastric protection and antioxidation, but the Quanry Fire also increases thermogenesis to remove fatty tissue. Thermogenesis simply means heats up. So it's going to heat up around that midsection in the gut area to remove the fatty tissue, guys. Yeah, you heard me, to remove that fatty tissue. So you are going to start to burn fat. And you heard Nurse Donnalee, she was talking about hypertension, diabetes, and sleep. This product right here allows you to rest. And yes, there is a difference between resting and sleeping. And I can tell you, and I can promise you, somebody said to me the other day, I think it was Nurse Jennifer had me on a call with somebody. And, you know, I was speaking to the individual about having us both having being clinically diagnosed with lupus. And she asked me, she said, well, Dr. Ruth Ann, how are you sleeping? Because I know the immunosuppressant drugs cause you not to sleep. Now, would you believe, in all the research that I've ever done, I never checked to see if CellCept didn't cause you to sleep. But I said to her, I said, you know what's so funny? I don't really sleep at night. Like I never did. Before these products, I didn't really sleep. But what I have realized that since I started taking the Quanry Fire, I rest. And since I started following what Nurse Donnalee started telling me to do, Ruth Ann, at 10 o'clock, shut your phone down. If persons can't reach you, well, so what? They can't reach you. But you shut your phone down. At 10 o'clock, cut it off, cut off your ringer, make the room cool, make sure you have your white sound, I think is she calls it, that needs to hum or whatever, and go to sleep. Last night, the woman was stalking me. Ruth Ann, I noticed your WhatsApp status say you're still on. I say, woman, if you don't get off my phone, go sleep. I said, my daughter just called me and I just happened to turn over and see the phone because I started literally turning off the ringer. Because what I found, guys, is that when my ringer was on, I was consciously answer the phone. Like it was as if I didn't know how to not say, okay, it's time for me to go to bed, time for me to stop. So I literally started turning off the ringer and turning the phone over, guys, so that the light don't even come on the phone. So just so you know, guys, teammates, if you call me after 10 o'clock, if I ain't answering no more, and I used to answer until 12, 1 o'clock, if I don't answer, it's because Nurse Donnalee tell me go sleep, okay? It ain't my fault, don't blame me. And so guys, I need y'all to understand that this Cron Refire has really aided and assisted in me having that rest. So now I can literally say, am I getting that full 8 and 9 that Nurse Donnalee talks about? No, not yet. I haven't gotten there yet. But I am definitely getting at least 6.5 to 7 rested hours of sleep. Rested hours of sleep where my body is truly shutting down. And I know I'm going through those cycles, Nurse Donnalee, because now I'm dreaming. And I haven't dreamt in a long time. So I have seen the difference in just these small steps. And then you can go even further where you hear our international medical director, where he would say, put a little bit more live food in your diet. You know, with all that's going on, just put a little bit more live food, a little bit more fresh vegetables. And also, like he says, whenever you eat a meal, have an apple and something else. He says that apple is so important, that apple is the king of the fruits. I never knew that. When I heard that the other day, I was like, oh, now it goes back to, what is that old adage of saying? An apple a day does what? Keep the doctor away. So guys, you know, we have an incredible product system here that I really think that everybody should take advantage of. And, you know, yes, did someone say something?
Let me just put it all in a nutshell for them. Guys, especially guests on the line and my fellow members of Sankey Global, this is how I sum it up. All right. Here at Sankey Global, Dr. Adair Diaz, who is the brainchild behind this, he took 40 years of his life and dedicated it so that we can be healthier, so that we can reverse, recover, and restore our health, no matter what state we are in at this time. So what he did, he used nanobiotechnology. Let me break that down again. Nanobiotechnology is when particles are made so tiny, so very tiny. And what he did also, he coated it so that when you take that powder and you empty that in your water and you drink that, what happens is those particles are able to get through the digestive tract without being broken down by those digestive enzymes. When we take products from health stores or supplements, other supplements, do they have an advanced delivery service? I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I could speak for Sankey Global. Because what happens when you take those supplements, if you look at your urine, when you pass it out or you smell it, it's high in odor or it changes color. What that means, most of that went out in the toilet. When you check your fecal matter, your stools, it changes, it turns hard or it actually changes in color. That means that, hey, you passed it out. So what did you get from it? But here at Sankey Global, what happens is, it goes through the digestive tract. It's able to go through the digestive tract and into the bloodstream. When it goes into the bloodstream, what happens? It goes into the cells of the body, all right? And everything on you, everything on you is made up of cells. Your nails, your hair, your lungs, your heart, your feet, your skin, everything. So all these cells have something in it called the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of every living cell. All right? So what happens with all these, as Queen Jennifer, Nurse Jennifer, I love that word that she says. all these diseases, all right, is that the mitochondria starts to get diseased or die. And so what our products do is actually they go through the cell membrane barrier. And what happens is it's able to get to the mitochondria that are designed. Like for instance, if you see someone that actually needs CPR, the first thing we do is start chest compressions to jumpstart that heart. And so what our products do is jumpstart that mitochondria. We start, it starts that Balage, that Inner 7, that Renew, that Lasaki, start giving that mitochondria chest compressions. When it starts to give it the chest compressions, what happens? The power is brought back to the mitochondria. It starts producing more mitochondria. And what happens? Your body goes into something called homeostasis. Homeostasis is the process by which the body does what God, what God intended our body itself, guys. We were born with a system, with a mechanism for our bodies to heal itself. But as King Clive always says, with the microbiome, we damage our microbiome. We damage it, with antibiotics, with the toxins from the outside, what we eat, what we put in our gut, what we drink, the pollutants of the air, what we inhale, stress toxins, lack of sleep. We destroy the mitochondria. And so when we destroy the mitochondria, it needs help. And so our product gives the mitochondria the help that it needs to restart and get the body the help that it needs to go to homeostasis for the body to start healing itself. And that's what God intended our body to do. That's what God created our body to do, to start healing itself. But we need help, guys. And so help is here. Help from the Balage, help from the Inner 7, help from the Canoe, help from the Saki. It's here. And it's here. And it's available to everyone. So guys, get started and get started today. Back to you, Dr. Ruth Ann.
Thank you, Nurse Donnalee. So we had a question in the group that said, can these products, eventually be instead of the medicine? Well, first of all, like I always say, and my sister, who's a nurse doctor, a doctor of nursing and a nurse practitioner, she would always tell you that, first of all, with medicine, it's something that you would definitely always need in an emergency. Like that's always my sister's philosophy. If you're in that 911 situation, you're definitely going to have to get to that doctor to make sure that, they can get that medicine in you so that you can balance out again. You can get to the point where you can then start looking at alternative measures and saying, okay, you know what, instead of me taking this medicine, I'm going to eat better and I'm going to do this, I'm going to exercise and implement things that are going to start changing your life. Now here at Sankey Global, we want to let everybody know, we tell you not to stop any of your medication because that's not what we are here to do. And we want you to keep on going back to your doctor because you heard what Nurse Donnalee said. The doctor was like, hold on now, what are you doing? And so, how can we have these things prescribed instead of medication? Well, Blaniva, I can say to you, you can tell doctors about the product. And yes, they're not going to want to hear it from you at first, but keep speaking it and keep taking it and keep on going back to show them your results for them to then be in awe. Down where this company started, which was Mexico and Colombia, we have over 7,000 plus physicians that prescribe these products. In Japan, they have now
doctors here in the Bahamas
that are now are facilitating it. Okay. And so we are hoping to have a slew of physicians, especially in the Bahamas. In Jamaica, we have a pile of physicians that have now gotten on board because they see the power of the products. They utilize our micro scanner to assist their patients. Guys, you will be amazed by what the products do. They are 100% plant-based. We are farm to table. It means that we literally own the farms and know what goes into our soil. Okay, to me, that's very important because oftentimes you don't know that stuff. You don't know what's going in the soil. And so guys, I want to definitely say to you, this is something that you need to take a look at, really take a look at. So here on this slide, I just want to point to your attention. This is how members start, or this is how persons who want to be in the business start. Those are two of their choices. You can start anywhere. You can start with the unified pack that would give you 2 Balage and a Crenue for that person that's, really suffering with hypertension and diabetes, and you want to start there. Or you can go into the other kits, whichever you prefer. The choice is yours. I know we have a special that I believe ends tonight, that will be 1 Balage, 1 Crenue for 104. So you can get back to the person that brought you to this call and let them know that that's what you want. You want to start tonight. You want to get that product in your possession. We do have fulfillment centers. That's pickup centers in Jamaica, Trinidad, Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. And of course, we ship all over the United States, as well as we have the same in Canada. So we are literally, and Aruba. So we are moving slowly. Oh, sorry. And the BVI, Tortula, Anguilla, St. Martin. Yes, we're getting there, guys. So yes, ma'am.
For those who have time, for about 10 minutes, I don't know if you have 10 minutes.
Yes.
I would like to, sometimes, I get a shift. And I feel a little shift. And so I want to open the mics to some really important persons, and they can give 1 minute. 1 minute are there. Why Sankey? Why now? Because these are shakers and movers here at Sankey Global. So you can release their mics. I know some of them you already made them co-hosts. So that they can come on and give their Sankey and why now in just 1 minute, guys, in just 1 minute. Because these people are shakers and movers, and they have helped us to open in countries all over the world. And some of them are doctors, some of them, are health enthusiasts. So I would like to first bring on the guru, King Clive, who's also a co-host, to tell us why his Sankey and why now. King Clive.
Oh, hi. Good night, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Okay, great. 1 minute, you said?
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, that's what I make sure. Starting in 60 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the most challenging time in human history. We now have information we have never had before. We are now finally able to understand the true construct of the human body. Thanks to Sankey Global, with 50 years of research and development, we now understand that we are not mere human cells alone, but we are a mixture of human cells and microbial cells. We now have to get very good at taking care not only of the human body, but caring for, nurturing, and protecting our gut microbiome and the other microbes in our body. If we neglect to do that, we'll keep on treating the symptoms of sickness and disease all our lives. Let's get good at taking better care of our microbiome. There is no company with formulations as Sankey Global has to restore gut integrity, to restore the microbiome, to restore your liver, your circulation, and many other systems in the body. We need Sankey now more than ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, King Clive, the microbiome guru. So I'm going to bring on a mover and shaker in Canada. Marva, are you there? Don't play sleep. I know I tell you by this time, so you're supposed to be getting ready to go to bed, but don't play sleep right now. I know you're awake.
Good evening. Good evening.
Right now.
Why you let me go like that, man? Well, my Sankey is health. I definitely need all of the issues that is within me to be arrested. Some of them are gone. The big back pain for almost 40 years, that is gone. The not able to take a full breath because of the issues I had with double pneumonia 4 years ago. I can now take a deep breath, hold it, count to 10, and slowly let it out. That's huge for me because I normally cough. And so I know that I'm on my way. And to get a little bit further on my way, I need that Mercedes. I'm gonna get that Mercedes. So why thinking why now? I see the future of health and the future of wealth. Thank you.
All right. Now, Helen there from over Jamaica. Now, Beverly, 1 minute, 1 minute. But Beverly, why your psyche? Why now? You have Jamaica rocking and moving over there. Beverly, hold less.
Absolutely amazing. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Yes, we can, Beverly.
Wow, 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 wow. Absolutely amazing. This call was absolutely incredible, Nurse Donnalee. And it is amazing to know that based on your profession, girl, you see the sick every single day. This is what you do for all of your life. So you the need in order for us to be in good health. Why Sankey? Why no? Why Sankey? Why not no? I'll say this to everyone on this call. If you fail to plan for your health, you would have already planned to fail yourself and your entire family. It takes only 5 effort, 5 things to start a business, to grow a business, and be in a business. It takes idea. It takes all of our effort. It takes everybody effort. It takes other people money, and it takes all of us time to do this. Sankey Global, with all of us, has done this. So again, nurse, if you fail to plan for your health, you already plan to fail you and your entire family. Back over to you, beautiful.
Thank you so much, Queen Beverly. Wow. If you that's powerful what you just said. You know, you plan, you know, for your health. You have to. Your health is your wealth. I've watched persons in this nursing profession who've been millionaires here in the Bahamas come to nothing because they failed to plan for their health. And we're here at Psyche. We're here to help you plan for your health. A health of a nation is a wealth of a nation. And we have the Bahamas on, we have the US on, we have Canada on, we have Jamaica on, we have Trinidad and Tobago on, we have St. Lucia on, we have Anguilla on, we have these countries on right now on this call. Woo, wow. I'm gonna also
Hey, Nurse
bring
Donnalee,
two
I
other
have one
persons
more
on.
person that I want to ask, and I'm thinking, I don't know if he's going to be able to unmute, but I've made him co-host. Pastor Wendell Lewis. I don't know if you're near your phone
I
or
was just
near your
about to
mic.
call him and then Jennifer.
Yeah, I don't
I was
know if
just
you're
about
near
to
your
call
mic.
him and then Jennifer. I said that's the two persons.
So Pastor Wendell, if you're near your mic, if you're near your phone, if you can unmute and just say why Psyche for you and why now. I don't know if he is, and if he isn't, then you could pass it on to Jennifer.
Pastor Lewis, just unmute your mic for us.
He's probably away from his mic, so go on to Jennifer.
Jennifer, Queen Jennifer, Nurse Queen Jennifer. I mean, she just running wild in Florida with Psyche Global and in Ohio and Canada and all over the place. Jennifer just all over the place, up in Canada and all. She all over the place, spreading the word about Psyche. Jennifer, why Psyche? Why now? Just unmute your mic first, Queen.
She's probably busy signing up people. Oh, there she is.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Why Sankey? Why now? Personally, I had a situation as of last Mother's Day where I had my face, the right side of my face, I woke up, it just couldn't move. They diagnosed me with, Bell's palsy. I never accepted any diagnosis, but, clinically, I'm telling you what they said it was. I was doing acupuncture and different things, and I just kept telling my doctor I don't feel well. I feel like I'm underwater. I feel like, my ears can't pop, like I got off a plane, and I just can't get it popped, or like there's water in it from a pool or something. And he kept treating me, and I said, Doc, physically I look okay. It's I have alignment in my face, but I do not feel well. This went on until about October, end of October, when one of my spiritual mentor, he's on the line here, recommended me to Queen Donnalee. And this is how I got on to Sankey and to Dr. Ruthann. I started taking the product like right about the beginning of November. And the first thing that happened to me was in 2 days, literally 2 days, I woke up and everything just started. I didn't even have a cold or a chest congestion or anything. It just felt like I needed to blow my nose. I literally blew my nose for 1 hour, every 10 minutes for 1 hour. And just mucus came out, natural, clear, healthy mucus, but it was copious amounts of it. And I filled a towel. And I know that nothing, that could not have just happened on its own after I'm going through a situation since Mother's Day. Okay, so guys, I know for a fact that after that hour, I could hear properly. The fog in my head was clear. My air had popped somehow within the blowing of the nose. It had popped because in all that was congested, I guess, up in my brain or whatever. I just don't even know where it came from. I just know it didn't belong there. Sankey found it and pulled it out. I mean, that's all I can tell you. And I have been on a quest since then, because when you personally know what it has done, you cannot keep that story quiet. You have to share it. You must tell someone, okay? Because in your story could help someone. And it did. I was telling my story and another person contacted me and she said, I have had Bell's palsy for 31 years. There's a person I love, it touched me, and she started using the product and she's having such amazing results. She herself can't believe it. And I tell her, yes. She calls me, Jen, did this happen? Was it like this? I want to know, because it's kind of scary, because I'm having these tingling and these jumping of nerves that never moved, because my face was just jumping on its own. And I'm telling you, there's no way that this could have just happened if I had just woken up one morning without having the Sankey on board that helped to restore, reverse, and rejuvenate my system. And I am going to talk about my Sankey story until it helps everyone who it can reach. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
So, boy, listen, guys, y'all don't understand how amazing that is. Every time I hear that, every time I hear about Queen Latifah, it is absolutely, it blows me away. Like, you know what, Donnalee, it's like, you don't even know what to say sometimes.
Hold on, I got to do it Beverly Hollis too. Wow,
Like,
wow.
Hey, Beverly, we're gonna coin your saying, and it's just, and all you have to do is press a button that says Beverly, and all you hear is wow. That's it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Beverly, I don't know how you feel about it, but how do you feel, Queen Beverly out of Jamaica, every time you hear a testimony about these amazing supplements, or formulas, or I don't know what we can call them, but whatever they are, how do you feel every time you hear a testimony?
You know, Dr. Rutan, as someone who has grown with my grandma, I can tell you, I am with my grandmother since I was 2 years old. And some of the things that my grandma did was help. Sometimes she helped until I was annoyed. I told myself that whatever happened to me in life, I don't want to be like my grandma. I believe she was annoying. I believe she gave us too much work. I believe we had to go to people's house every single day. You're going to this house with yam. You're going to house with pudding. You're going to that house with banana. You're going to that house with a little aloe vera. a little Cersei, a little somebody said their stomach is hurting them, my grandma would wake you up out of your sleep to ensure that you get to that person. And that is how I was grown. And I'm telling you the truth, as a child, I did not like it. Dr. Rutan and everybody on this line, I will tell you this. I am the clone of my grandma. My life is about helping. My life is for somebody to say to me, I slept tonight. I feel better. I'm not in pain. I live my life every single day knowing that I have a social responsibility, just as what my grandma teach me, to help all who I can, help everyone that I can reach. So the feeling that I get, Dr. Rutan, I feel fulfilled. I feel like God is smiling with me. I feel like God is saying, well done, my child. I feel like God is speaking through me morning, noon, and night. I hear him saying to me, there are days when I'm tired. There are days when my team members and everybody call me until I don't, sometimes I don't know the difference between Sunday and Monday. I don't know when it's an holiday. My staff will tell me when it's an holiday. But you know what? The only time I feel accomplished and I feel fulfilled is when somebody said, thank you, I feel much better. Back over to you, Dr. Rutan.
Thank you so much, Queen Beverly. Yeah, so I want to say thank you to Nurse Donnalee for doing this again. Like she said, it was requested of her, and you know, when she was going to do it, people were saying they want hypertension, they want diabetes, but they also want sleep. So that's when she combined all three of them together. And you know, we were really trying to get out of here in 90 minutes. We were trying hard. We really tried, right, Nurse Donnalee? But we didn't make it. Not this time. Maybe maybe
Hey,
next time we'll make it, Nurse
I'm a health
Donnalee.
evangelist. So when there's a shift, and with a health evangelist, let me tell you something. With my 24 plus years of nursing, and I know Jennifer has more than I have, and see, she ain't gonna sit up because she don't want nobody know her age. Yeah, Jennifer. But guess what? With a nurse, with a physician, with anybody, even King Clyde, anybody who's in, even with Beverly, and she's in you know, anybody that comes into Psyche as a distributor is a wellness advisor. And so my thing about it is, the minute you hear a testimony, or sometimes people call you 1 o'clock in the morning, and I did it to you too, Ruran, when people had testimonies. So I even had my own testimony. What is this you give me? Oh my Lord, I haven't felt like this in my whole life. This is changing. I feel something in my body that wasn't working is now working. Oh, I never used to sleep. Now I'm sleeping. Like, for instance, with me, for 10 whole years, my child could not stand on his own. Now my child is standing on his own. He's moving from bed to his chair on his own after 10 whole years. Let me tell you something, guys. I feel, see, I don't know but y'all, I don't know what kind of home y'all grew up in, but I grew up in a church-based home and a spiritually based home. And they say, if I cannot help one person along the way, then my living is in vain. And I don't want my living to be in vain. That is why I'm here, and I'm sacrificing my time to let everybody know that there is help. There are people out there who have given up because they don't know what else to do, where else to turn. They don't even have, like they're taking the meds, nothing is working. But let's give them a chance. Let's introduce them to Psyche Global. That's all I'm asking. Let's give people out there chances. And let's give people out there, as in the Western world, each of us have somebody in our family who either suffered from cancer, from diabetes, from hypertension, from insomnia, from heart attack, from arthritis, from kidney failure. We have something in our lineage. So even if we haven't been afflicted with this, with those things, make sure that, hey, we stay on that health path. And even if you just get the barrage, even if you just get the Balage. And the Balage helps to protect you against viruses. Rudan, run the track, man. Tell them about that. But how the Balage, the efficacy of Balage against viruses. Do it in 30 seconds, because you could do it because you speak faster than I do.
Well, basically, the Balage helps to fight against viruses within influenza A, B, gastroenteritis, and SARS by 84%, by literally stopping the multiplication of the protein cell that usually will happen when viruses happen, and stopping the cytokine storm from, making sure it all goes crazy inside your body. But it stops all of that. It stops it. It halts it right in its tracks. We do have a video, a 2-minute video that shows us where Dr. Franco Taylor speaks to the white paper, because we do have white paper. This is not something we're just saying. Once again, we did do trials on this last year. Actually, before COVID actually broke loose, we actually did a trial on influenza A, B, gastroenteritis, and SARS. And we did that. We started that in December, and it went all the way to March 30th. And so it was just so interesting that when that came out, like that's when SARS, the COVID virus was just starting to like ramp up around the world. And that information came out from Sankey Mayor, which is the scientific company for Sankey Global. And so not only that, but the Balage also increases your immune system by 45%. So if you're suffering, with that low immune system, if you have an autoimmune, if you're suffering, Balage, it is going to build your immune system. Like I tell persons, me having, being clinically diagnosed with all that I have, it literally is all autoimmune. So that means that if persons are around me, too many different persons are around me, I would usually get very sick, and very sick very quickly. Guys, persons are interacting with me on a daily basis. My kids go out, they come back in, and I am not getting sick. This is an important factor for me because of having this autoimmune. So that Balage helps to assist in building that immune system by 45%. And the Balage also combats viruses by 85%. So you're well taken care of when you mix up Balage, Inter 7, and Crown Fire together, hot as you possibly can. If you do come in contact with COVID, you will find that it will dissipate within anywhere from 3 to 7 days, taking that 3 times a day. And you won't have the after effects of the respiratory issues that usually happen even when you do have it and you get over it. So, yep. So back to you, Nurse Donnalee, and that's me for the evening. So I want to say thank you to everybody getting on, and it is recorded. So we will be posting a recording of this call.
Yes, I would like to say thank you to everyone. And also we have a website that you can send your questions to, because we have to get off this line ASAP, but we do have, sorry, an email address that you can send all of your questions to, and they will be answered by either Dr. Ruth Ann, myself, or Dr. Lola. And that email address is sankibahamas@gmail.com. SANKI dot dot BAH@gmail.com. SANKI.BAH@gmail.com. So thank you guys for coming on. Send all your questions there, and they will be answered. And we thank you for being with us this evening. And we'll be back here, same station, same time, next week, Monday, with sleep, diabetes, and hypertension. Thank you for coming. God bless.